welcomes all. Thanks for stopping by, answering the call. Ups and downs are normal for some of us. Many days I beg to get off this life bus. Neon lights flicker, no shadow on the wall. Dreams on the ceiling, we run and then we fall. Sharing stories over.
Well, hello. Welcome in. Welcome to Late Night Talks with Sheila in the Rubber Ramada room. And we're going to bring up lovely Eo.
Hello. Good
evening. It's late.
I know. I don't even know what time it is. There we go.
Past normal people's bedtimes, but who are we to say what's normal? There you go.
So low expectancy for the first stream. Obviously, kind of learning the StreamYard, kind of learning the streets. So, do you have mods already in your YouTube?
No, ma'am. I sure don't.
I can show you how to do that.
Don't know how to do that just quite yet.
Well, if you're watching the live from your phone, like if you have your phone brought up, you'll have to do it from your phone itself while you're live. You can click on my name, and then it comes up with the option to make a moderator.
Okay, let's see. How do I find my live on YouTube?
Well, what's the name of your?
Oh, I see it. I see it right now.
You're gonna say you're live.
It says moderation helps everyone feel safe. Learn more.
And make sure if you're gonna do that, just make sure you turn your YouTube all the way down. Yep. Perfect. So I'm gonna bring up.
Down. Come on, volume, go down. Okay, let's see. Moderate chat. Let's see. What do I do here?
Just do.
Yes. Oh, look! Pin message, report, remove channel, go to channel, add as moderator. Managing moderator. All right, you're my manager. You're gonna be my manager from now on.
Nice. I can deal with that.
Okay, so I don't know what you didn't change colors. Maybe.
Let's see.
Put user in
yep.
time.
It did.
Oh, there you did. It made you a poopy face.
And it made me into a mechanic.
It gave you a wrench. Look at that. My first live wrench.
Thank you.
And how did you pin that?
So if you go here in your back chat right here, go to comments on the top right.
Yes, ma'am.
And then hit show.
Show. All right. And there it went.
Yep.
And hide, it went away. All right. First lesson down.
Yeah. So if you look on, so right now it says start on the other page. Sometimes you can highlight a comment that, while you're doing your live, and you may not want to put it up quite yet because you're in the middle of an important video. So you can star it so you don't forget it, because there's going to be 50, 60 other chats happening. You go to start, and then you can bring it up when you're ready.
Got it.
And unstar it and put it down.
Got it. And comments is a separate area from private chat. Okay.
So tonight, Rubber Ramada Room is an open panel where you talk a variety of topics like crime talk, mental health, and general discussion. All topics are stated as opinions or speculation only.
Yeah. Thank you for anybody joining, watching on rewatching on a replay.
Look at that tree of life with that wind blowing.
I know, that's beautiful. The sun, I could just feel it coming out from behind that tree.
It's too cold for that here today, anyway. Oh, I got to show you something. Where's it at? So I'm going to share this screen. I'm going to show you this. The cutest thing ever. Watch this. Just following them around.
And they walked in the puddle, and they look at that. Oh. That's so cute. That's a little heart.
Watch the puddle.
No, he's a child. He's gonna stomp in the puddle. What's wrong with you? Watch the
They let him-
puddle. And then all the little duckies are running in the puddle. Oh.
Watch the puddle. He's too cute. Oh my gosh.
Look at that. The cat is grooming. Oh, funny.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
poor thing.
Poor donkey. That's not okay.
That's not okay. He fell on his ass.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah, eventually at some point you'll have to change your name over, huh?
Yeah. Change it back. Eventually.
I put your general chat. Oh yeah.
When I decided to start my room, that's when I changed my name on YouTube for a while. And I think I'll probably change it back to Sheila Says.
You are who you are.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay. What I did not go over today. Did you happen to go to Eddie's live and see what was going on in All Things Serious today?
No, ma'am. I have not been over to Eddie's today.
Either. I think they were doing, I believe it said they were doing epilepsy and mental health.
Oh,
I think I saw.
not a problem then. That'd be perfect.
See who he, looks like he spent most of the panel by himself.
That good so I can make.
Let's bring that up.
Let's bring up Eddie. Eddie's channel. And we always give credit where credit's due, so All Things Serious. This video is his. We appreciate Eddie, his great knowledge.
See, change this over to the banner for the, obviously for the copyright disclaimer. I doubt Eddie will have a problem with us reviewing his work,
Doubt he will.
but just in case, you always want to be.
He can always come by and hang out.
He's also posted in the comments now.
Thank you.
For All Things Serious. Let's see what they were talking about.
Make sure. All right, you can turn it off. You can turn your cameras off. All right.
Oh, he vets his.
Oh yeah.
Hello,
Oh
everybody.
yeah. After what happened the other day.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Oh, look who's on
Oh.
screen.
Sarah.
And UA and
UA.
P Barnes. Okay.
So.
I
All
don't
right,
want to be told.
So P. Barnes is also a therapist, well, a counselor. Are you a therapist, P. Barnes?
Yes, I'm a therapist. I'm a counselor, and I'm an epileptic.
Hold on just a second. I got somebody else coming up. Is that you, Random?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I read a message earlier about somebody who struggles with seizures, and that was Random.
Yes.
And I will tell you, reading that took a lot of strength because I read it earlier and cried.
I cried
Just
while
saying.
I was typing it. To be honest, I cried while I was typing it.
Have you met Random?
No, I haven't. I've never met Random before. That's one on the panel I don't know.
But yeah, I left a lot out. But I don't know exactly the cause of mine because I have both. But Mine are in the temporal lobe area. I was hit in the left ear by a bully at school in that area. So that's what they assume was the cause of mine.
What type do you have? Do you have
Okay. My first one was at night. Grand mal, really bad. I woke up. My foster grandmother had said that I went walking around the house looking for cigarettes. Yes, I was smoking before I was 18. And she was like, no, I took them from you. And I kept crying and screaming. And then I was crying for a bear. I did not remember it. I thought she was crazy.
Bless her heart.
Until the next one I had, I woke up from it. The ones I have right now.
So she said she was having grand mal seizures. Is that what she said?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
At night, the first one I had, my 6-year-old never saw. She was like 2 months old when I had my last seizure. Before my breakthrough, I was sleeping in the bed next to her. And I woke up yelling no. That is a classical thing that I would do before. I would wake up and yell no, and then the seizure would start. And I didn't, I thought I had dreamed it. Because, I was I hadn't had one for almost 6.5 years. The next day, I was sitting and just chill, relaxing, and I had a small seizure. And I was like, I just started crying. I was like, that was a breakthrough.
Do you know anybody that has seizures or has epilepsy?
No, ma'am. I have never been around anybody with seizures or epilepsy. Actually, I take that back. My niece has it, and I've never experienced that with her.
I had a girl that I worked with way back in the day. She was working in the bakery at the time in the grocery store we were in, and she had a seizure while we were at work, and they took her out in the ambulance and took her to the hospital, and she found out she had a brain tumor. And that's how she figured out. She ended up having a seizure right there in the store. She's since passed, but she had a brain tumor, so it wasn't anything like having permanent epilepsy or anything like this right here. But yeah, it did make her do weird things when she would have seizures. Though she would get up in the middle of the night, or it was very hard for her to work after that because she was. It was really hard for her to concentrate on anything.
I now have to sleep next to him. I'm a single mother of 4 special needs. I have to sleep next to my oldest. He remembers the seizures, so it's not as much to scare him. Even though one last night, I know, scared him. I had 3 last night. They have stopped in my heart, so before I figured out CoQ10 helps the heart. Because I had a bad neurologist back then. I was like, I'm going to figure this out because, I had kids. That did help with the heart, but not the seizure still. But just suddenly, when she was 2 months old, I didn't have one. I'm on Tegretol. I have refractory epilepsy, which means Tegretol is like friggin' candy. But I have to take something.
You get warning signals that one is coming?
I get them more in my head, like I'm kind of dizzy all of a sudden. And like I went to a hearing recently for disability. Now the pain causes it's on the left side, and so it goes into my head too, which causes brain fog. Even worse, epilepsy. You already have flipping brain fog. So imagine I really have it now. So during the hearing, I had brain fog. So I was trying to explain to them the seizures and all. I have an aura, I would say about 50% of the time. And I know from experience, when you have a seizure, your muscles in your hands are going to contract. You're going to be grasping onto whatever you have, right? I know to grab onto whatever's closest to me because my first falling down seizure was in 2014, 2015. I could walk during a flipping seizure before.
That is so
Wow.
scary.
That is so scary. I couldn't
Right.
imagine.
I've had every kind of seizure. Grand mal. I've had 2 status epilepticus that last over 30 minutes. How I'm still here, grace of God. How I wake up before the seizure, I'm saying grace of God because they stopped my heart. I have those little things they put at the hospital that check your heart and oxygen. I have one next to me because of it. But I am trying to figure out what has started the breakthrough because, like I said, for 8 years, it's been stress.
The stress does bring seizures. So with epilepsy, over 100 different types of epilepsies.
Yeah.
And reactions are different. But I call this as a blessing for myself that I get warning. I've learned what those warnings are, so I'm able to.
I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding what he's saying.
Yeah, I am too.
Turn on the closed captions for that.
I haven't broken any bones in last 7-8 years, so that's a blessing for me. So the thing is, usually with MRI scan and CT scan, it's very hard to work out unless it is a real serious damage on the brain. It wouldn't really show up on CT scan and MRI scan. So what they normally do is they look at your symptoms, they look at how your brain processes, and then they work out exactly where the injury may be. So in my case, I lose my speech. So they worked out exactly the left hand side.
What are you doing, Mr. Barnes? You're making a lot of noises in the background.
I forgot we were
Bless
watching
his
something.
heart.
I know. I watched something. I forgot we were watching something, and I was just like not muted. And Eddie, he wasn't doing anything. Okay, he was just trying to
God
talk.
bless his heart.
Oh goodness.
Eddie's paranoid.
No, I'm not making.
Sorry, that could have been me. I was doing something for my daughter real quick.
Oh,
I
okay.
apologize.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Barnes.
So-
Give it a try.
So you need to talk to the neurologist, and the neurologist will ask you a few questions. And once he or she goes through those questions, they will be able to try and pinpoint where the injury might be. And then, I mean, I'm on 3 different types of medications because I have 2 different types of epilepsies. I have grandma, and I have Jexman. So with Jexman, it's only the right side of my body that starts to in 1 or 2 shapes. And like you were saying, that you need to grab something. That happens. How we react to it after we come around. That also. Is on the panel picked up that your voice. So I might not
It's
be.
5:42 here.
So keep that in mind. But I use internet. I hardly use electric.
Brain fog is even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, gabapentin can make you tired and kind of
it-
out of it and spacey.
Gabapentin made me think I was going insane.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I
it's
was
got
having panic attacks, going to the hospital, thinking I was having heart attacks. That's how bad
Yeah.
it was. And then my
That's
neurologist
why-
said you need to get off of that ASAP, but not too fast, because that's what your problem is. When I got off of it, panic attacks were lower. I knew who I was in a mirror again. That's how bad it got.
good.
Check your back check.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
with the Tegretol, I can only take 100 milligrams in the morning, 100 milligrams mid-afternoon, 200 at night. Any more than that, that's the lowest dose that you can do for my body size.
that's the carbamazepine. I had to look it up. I'm a pharmacy tech.
Yeah,
and
I can't do anything but Tegretol. I can't do Epital, carbamazepine.
Did you see what I put in your back chat? Yeah. Poor Sarita. Every time she gets up on a panel, she's so soft spoken that people just forget that she's there and they just talk right over the top of her. And she's so humble. She won't say anything. She doesn't want
doesn't.
any. Yeah, no, she doesn't want anything. She just do. I love her to death.
She's a big helper, though. I adore
Oh
her.
yeah. Oh yeah. She's pharmacy tech now, but she's going to
Mhm.
school and she wants to be in forensic psychology. She's going to do big things. The girl is smart as you can imagine.
Very, very smart. I've noticed that.
I think we're going to switch directions though, because I don't want this live to be too serious. So I know something that's close to your heart.
What we got?
Okay. No. Oh Lord. What the heck? All right, let me get this where it needs to be. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm all.
I
ears.
don't know. I don't know if you're ready for this one.
Is it cuteness overload?
No.
Oh, I gotta watch my mouth. You just had to stick that thing up on my screen. There we
Well,
go.
I would have
When
put something cute up there.
We need to cover. Yes. Oh. Oh.
I've not heard it, so we'll do a little bit of this since it's just a chat night.
Just for we need to change our banner back. I changed it for mental health for a minute there, but
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna move this to the water here. All right, let's just see what's going on here. Obviously, we're going to use fair use, and then we're just looking at this for some research purposes. We're just educating ourselves.
See what path this one goes down.
Say it again.
I said, let's see what path this woman goes down again tonight.
Oh, Lord. Let's see here. Need that.
Yeah, I don't need her intro.
On February 26, 2024, he has since had a 16th birthday on December 7th. That's correct. It has been almost a year since Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disappeared from inside his locked Hendersonville, Tennessee home. Many people that have been following this case from the beginning.
Because you're not making any money unless you're after Chris and Katie, right?
Yeah, but it seems a little like I just sat there and I was like thinking to myself, but this just doesn't make sense a lot of times.
Well, none of it makes sense. A lot of it don't make sense why these people are going after Chris and Katie. Because there's obviously not enough evidence.
Yeah,
but all these people are going against, I mean, they sound stupid because, I mean, they say all this stuff against Chris and Katie, I mean, about the different interviews and stuff like that. And I could say the same shit about Seth. I mean, their arguments are just stupid, in my opinion. And
so I'm guessing that she's pulling that since I see little bee up here. She's pulling this and covering all of that because she's using queen bees.
Yeah, I see that she's using queen bees. I can recognize the voices and stuff.
The Complainers versus the Doers is the name of the...
Oh, yes.
But they feel like if they have, like I said before, they're not going to make the story isn't there unless they have the boogeyman. So Chris and Katie have to be guilty or they don't have a story. If Sebastian was just lured out or abducted or whatever, there's no story there, right?
I can't believe that this panel of people would actually think.
That Rowena talking?
Is it Rowena or is that Cheesy Weezy?
Oh, okay. Could be.
It is more popular for a mom and dad to have done it than it would be for a whodunit and everybody looking to figure out who it could possibly be.
Why do they? Why do they use that character picture? I don't understand why they use a character picture of a missing child.
I agree. I'm all right. We're gonna dissect these little words here. Let me take this back down to normal. The word salad just kind of got me here.
There's no story there, right?
I can't believe that this panel of people would actually think that it is more popular for a mom and dad to have done it than it would be for a whodunit.
Did you understand what that said?
What? It would be... Replay that one more time because I don't think I understood her.
That this panel of people would actually think that it is more popular for a mom and dad to have done it than it would be for a whodunit.
That it's more popular for a mom and dad to have done it
than it would be for a whodunit.
For
what does that mean?
What does that even mean?
Okay, we gotta get past one sentence. Okay, keep going.
And everybody looking to figure out who it could possibly be.
So it could be a whodunit. It could be the first set of parents.
The mom and dad, a whodunit, and everybody looking to figure out who it could possibly be.
Okay. And her mouse in her
pocket.
pocket.
That is the most ludicrous thing I have ever heard in my life.
First of all, the first three sentences of this whole thing did not make any sense. That's the biggest problem that I'm having. I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Her English is an Englishin.
Yeah, I don't understand you. Okay.
People are interested in this case because of the twists and turns. Okay, that's what draws the audience in. And we're happy to have that audience to elicit information from. But to think that it has to be the mom and dad in order to get the audience attention, That couldn't be further from the truth. Look at the Idaho 4, a prime example.
And that she wanted in on from the breaking floors.
Do you see this?
Katie, oh my God. Why did...
You see what it is? No, it's a pickle bag.
It's a pickle bag. Is it?
It's the bag that she said that they probably put him in from the Navy. You know, the bag that you'd have from the Navy.
Yeah, now I know what you're saying. When you said pickle bag, I was thinking of actual pickles. Yes, rubber Ramada.
Yeah, that's fine.
You said a pickle bag. I went to pickles.
Makes sense to me.
Sebastian deserves better than this. There is not a person on these platforms that wanted to.
Look, she's bald.
Oh my
God. Screenshot that. Got it.
Famous.
Yeah. That way, if I screenshot that, then I could put a bunch of wigs on her. I can put a bunch of wigs. I can make her into a cartoon too.
Yes, we can characterize her a little bit. We can give her some Gypsy Rose
bangs.
Yeah, those little. Oh God, don't get me started on her too.
To be a mom and a stepfather that could have harmed anybody, or could have disappeared anybody, or could have done any type of custodial interference, or whatever the case may be. Nobody ever wants to think a child is abused inside their beautiful home and the facade that some.
Where did it say he was abused inside of his home?
Yeah, these facts are coming from.
I know that Chris admitted to tapping him on the butt with a belt once. Now I don't condone or I don't have any opinion on that. It's not my.
No,
I don't know. I grew up at a time when if I needed my butt busted, we get our butt busted. But some people don't do that anymore. Some people are more along the lines of gentle parenting and things of that nature. But I don't know that one swat on the butt would be considered abuse. But that's just me. That's just my opinion.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. As I was whipped when I grew up, it was accepted back then. I mean, things have changed. It's not like it was.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I don't know that one pop on the butt would be considered abuse. But
to each its own.
Yes, so.
Some families create to hide the abuse. There's not one person on this platform that I think would ever want that for a click and a view. And if you do, you are what I classify as a monster. We're here to try to help.
What's that music supposed to?
I don't know.
What kind of feeling is that supposed to provoke?
It sounds like sad dying music to me. And so if you want to know it, in my opinion, allegedly, in my opinion, is something that I would be hearing playing at the background of a funeral.
Oh gosh.
I mean, that's what I think of when I hear it. It sounds very.
Makes sense.
That's my opinion.
This family get information and find their son. All these other idiots, I don't know what they're here for. What we do know as fact, however, is that Seth has been searching for his son ever since his son disappeared. Seth has publicly taken a polygraph. He has publicly produced his work records. This man.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea.
Maybe we should move away from the bullhorn. I got so much to say that I shouldn't say.
And has done everything he could possibly do, including working with the FBI, working with me to advocate for his son, calling on the national media, getting Nick the Hat and Dog the Bounty Hunter And we're here with what from the mom and stepfather? Nothing for almost 10 months.
Doesn't she have 6 ROs and she's not supposed to be, like the judge said, that this family is dead to you, basically?
I
That you
think
shouldn't be talking about them at all, and that includes their son?
that's almost spot on. Dead to you. This family should be
Sheesh.
dead to you, I think was what the judge
Or they
said.
don't exist
Don't
to you.
exist. They don't exist. That's right. That's right. You're right. Yeah. So as far as what she's saying,
Shoddy searches at best, working with an unscrupulous PI, felons, and including one searcher utilizing illicit substances, while searching for their
Okay.
son. I have to say that this is the most highly disturbing part of this case, is the mom and stepfather's behaviors and actions since this boy has been reported missing. Again, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers has been missing since February 26, 2024. He has brown to dirty blonde hair, brown eyes. He stands about 5 foot, 5 inches tall. He weighs between 110 to 120 pounds. And again, last seen in Hendersonville, Tennessee. If you know where Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is, please reach out to 1-800-TBI-FIND, your nearest local law enforcement office or the nearest FBI office.
Our conversation that we left off from yesterday. Home exploded.
word salad, what?
Sheriff passing away, a family member of theirs. They're here in the green shirt hoodie. Gal is gone, and we have a missing child, all in such a small little community of Sumner County, Tennessee. So we're going to get to all of that here in just a little bit. So thank you all for being here. Since we're kind of short on time and we did a long intro, I decided to put your mornings up on the chat, on the screen. I'm sure you all saw those things as the intro video was playing. So that was kind of my good morning to all of you. I do see your beautiful blue Magoo. This is the second show will be for you and only for you guys. If you guys would like to do panel, we'll do a panel. We'll do an open panel. We'll get a few people. We'll do maybe 4 or 5 and have a time.
I'm sorry, she's going to do an open panel?
It's an open panel, so that means we have an open invite.
She's not going to do an open panel.
She can't. She can't be serious.
Okay, so I have a secret.
Okay.
I know what's going to happen in this next part, and you're not going to believe this. So have you heard it and saw that Smiley about a month ago showed her back office in her email and showed that she was getting a packet from At Night Media and reading from it? Do you remember that happening?
I'm aware of this. Yes.
Okay. So what's fixing to happen is that this is my opinion and a speculation at best. Betty is going to start reading. Betty has claimed that she wrote this, and this is her reciting the words. Now, we know her baseline and her style from what she writes. So I'm kind of wondering if we think that this is her writing, and I'm going to tell you where I seen her slip up and where it was called out today. I'm not going to mention the person's name because but anyway, I'm going to tell you where I see it getting called out and see what you think about this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We got to go through a little bit of it for that to.
Right. But this will be future for a future show. February 25th, Sebastian disappeared. Sebastian, then 15 years old, was last seen leaving his home in Gal.
Okay. Let's slow this down. It's going to be a little word salady, but it's really not, because this was written, I believe, is written as part of the package that went out today to talk about.
Okay. So this is today's recording on her?
Yeah, this is, it
Okay.
says, I think it said
I
8
didn't know
hours
it
ago.
Yeah.
14 hours ago now.
Okay.
In Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Then complainers. Just a little tidbit of information. Now, before we get back to our topic of conversation from yesterday, I want to read the update that I have prepared.
Fibbity fibbers. Look, you can even see the fibbity fibbers in your mouth. Fib. It's not pretty. It's not becoming. That's okay. All right, let's keep going.
For the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers show today.
It's a show now.
It's a show.
It's a show now. I caught that. Okay.
related to where we are and what are the issues we need to be addressing. These issues that I'm referencing here will not be addressed on this show. If we have time later at the end of the show, we might, but this will be future for a future show.
So what I'm about to tell you, we are not allowed to discuss. I'm allowed to put it out as a narrative, and you will swallow it, and you will not ask questions.
Yes.
February 25th, Sebastian disappeared. Sebastian, then 15 years old, was last seen leaving his home in in Hendersonville, Tennessee, under circumstances that remain unclear. Initial reports suggest a potential runaway situation, which later escalated to a.
So you wrote this, but you're stumbling over every seventh word.
Yeah, her words, she's doesn't know what she wrote.
Missing persons investigation due to concerning developments. Escalated from a missing person.
I'm sorry.
What?
Escalated to a missing persons investigation due to concerning developments. Escalated from a missing persons investigation due to concerning developments. February 27th was when the Amber Alert was activated, which was about a day and a half after his disappearance, and it is currently still active. Media involvement. So early media involvement got started around the 7th to 8 day, a week to 8 day mark of the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and the public.
That was the kind of a weird pause, read, pause.
Mm-hmm. It gets better. It gets much better.
Okay.
We're not bashing. We're just.
I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
Initially rallied behind the case, however, as the mother and the stepfather began publicly advocating inconsistencies in their narrative and questionable behaviors casted doubt on their sincerity.
Now, when is the last time you heard her say anything that even remotely sounded like that about Chris and Katie?
She used the word sincerity.
Well, and casting doubt.
And yeah, that's
instead of direct blaming, right? Instead of direct blame.
I'm not
The private
judging.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, just observing.
And the public initially rallied behind the case. However, as the mother and the stepfather began publicly advocating inconsistencies in their narrative and questionable behaviors casted doubt on their sincerity. The private investigator hired by the Proudfoots, which I will be referring to as the unscrupulous PI.
She had to add that in there. Her unscrupulous PI.
Who has since been accused of manufacturing evidence, spreading misinformation, and focusing on discrediting anyone questioning the mom and stepfather's involvement rather than searching for Sebastian.
You wrote that, Betty? So instead of taking the direct stance of what I've always seen her take is they did it. We know they did it. They're guilty of it. And an unscrupulous PI that's manufacturing all evidence and he's just guilty of this, that, and the other. But in this statement, you've dialed it back to about 30%. I don't know, maybe 40%. And now it's not, you're not stepping on somebody's throat, not stepping on somebody's neck the way you normally do. That's very, very interesting, very nice of you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we now?
Okay, so there's the next chapter. Where are we now? Okay. Let's see where are we now in the script?
The case has taken, I said it very lightly, several twists and turns, but more so has turned almost into a circus. And
You didn't write that.
She did not write that.
New revelations have come to light. Dot the Bounty Hunter, At Night Private Intelligence, Nick the Hat joined the case. They have increased the reward for information for the missing Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers to $250,000 for any and all information that would lead to the whereabouts of Sebastian or the successful prosecution of those involved.
No, she forgot it was 250,000 plus, what was it, another 110 because that was somebody's address they were doxing or something.
Oh yeah, I think they've like I don't know. They didn't retract it, but they haven't.
Oh, they took it back.
Said anything else about it?
It was an Amber Heard pledge,
I guess.
This has reinvigorated the public interest and shifted the narrative back to Sebastian. While they are conducting a separate investigation, they maintain communication with law enforcement.
I'm telling you didn't write this.
Escalation of distractions, behaviors by the Proudfoots.
So the next chapter is behaviors and distractions by the Proudfoots.
Proudfoots and their associates have continued to engage in harmful and bizarre behavior. Clue, an associate of the Proudfoots, has ties to an RSO, raising serious ethical concerns about her involvement and her motivation. SF Investigates is the unscrupulous PI that has been caught fabricating evidence, such as falsely claiming to have found a missing woman. His searcher, Stephen Crabtree, also caught on camera using illicit substances while searching for Sebastian.
This sounds like all so scripted. It's She did not write this. It doesn't even sound like her.
We're going to pretend you got a membership. Watch. I mean, everybody else was making stuff up.
We might as well made that up. Sounds
Thank you
good.
for the membership.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And then, of course, we have Queen Bee, which is another associate of the mom and stepfather, facing two new civil cases, and one for custody and one for stalking her ex-boyfriend's.
What does that have to do with anything?
Why did
you
she
just trying to put? She's just trying
dragon?
to throw shade.
Yeah.
Pregnant girlfriend. Additionally, a police report has surfaced indicating that there were bruises around her youngest daughter's neck. And despite
that, it's just okay. Please don't use your
false. Just use
your library voice. Use your library voice. Those things don't just surface.
No. Not providing any type of therapy or getting them into any type of counseling, she still stays on her channel.
See, I didn't even know BHB was going to name drop. See how Jesus is tired of these people messing with his child.
Wow.
For 3 to 7 hours every single day.
What do you care?
How
many hours do you sit around? Yeah, who gets a rat's ass how long she sits there? That's how she pays her bills. What does it matter to anybody else what she does? Why is everybody worried about everybody else's back? Ramona, I need you to send me all of your pennies today, and I want to know how many you've made by the end of the week.
All right. And I'll be sure to send that express priority mail.
With an FU.
With postage due.
COD.
Right.
while her children clearly need to have some type of therapy.
Oh my God, you bitch.
Wow, that's throwing some shade.
You know who needs therapy?
No, but you're going to tell us, right?
Somebody I know for a fact needs some therapy. I'm not going to say any names. We're not going to guess. We're just going to say that we know that there are people out there that need some mental health evaluation.
December 24th, the Proudfoots allegedly are preparing to sell their home, according to reports from At Night Private Intelligence.
At Night Private Intelligence said that they're... So did they speak to them and they said they were going to sell their home? Because what I've noticed is that they're still living in their home, according to all of the information I was told.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I heard that was rumor about the house for sale.
Well, At Night Media, they're the ones who...
They're the private intelligence agency, man. They've got this stuff on lockdown, you know. They've done their homework.
So.
And of course, they have, according to At Night Private Intelligence, have ended their security contract on their home surveillance or security system.
I also heard that was false information, blatantly false information.
Escalations of lies and online harassment. A network of hate channels, likely orchestrated by the Proudfoots, continue to push alternative theories, discrediting witnesses.
Don't you dare have alternative theories from the ones that we have. Seriously, yo?
We all have to think the same. Don't you know that? We have to agree.
And attack those seeking justice for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Interest changes in the case. The shift in focus towards... So there's been kind of a deviation where...
Deviation.
There's a deviation of your eyes because you're having to make up something because you almost screwed up and said something you shouldn't have said, which if you hold on just a minute, she will actually factually say something she shouldn't have said.
There's been some type of allegations related to HT and other organized crime.
Excuse me?
Trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we can't be big girls and boys and say the word. I don't know.
Yeah, human trafficking. It's a thing.
I don't know if that's not allowed to say it when you're monetized and needing the money. I don't know.
I don't know.
But again, these are allegations. They're not allegations that I personally support, but they are what is going on in the case. Oh, thank you, Dees.
I don't understand. What do you mean it's what's going on in the case? Nobody's... Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Proceed.
So it is a possibility, but there are several possibilities on the table that could have happened.
But we're not supposed to talk about alternative narratives.
The Proudfoots deteriorating public standing. Over time, public opinion has turned against Sebastian's mother and stepfather due to their behavior, alliances with questionable individuals, and lack of genuine effort to find Sebastian. The $250,000 reward and independent investigation of Dog the Bounty Hunter, At Night Private Intelligence, as well as others associated with them, working tirelessly, have brought new life to this case.
Did you hear my head hit my hand?
Yeah, I think I did. It just... the slap.
I literally slapped myself just now.
The Proudfoots' behavior highlights inconsistencies such as their association with individuals like Clue, the unscrupulous PI, and Queen Bee, and their decisions to sell a home, allegedly, amidst the investigation. Escalating misinformation campaign. Discuss how hate channels...
escalate the misinformation campaign. Why don't you listen to what
Who
she
leads
says
that?
here?
Who wrote that? Who wrote that shit? Come on.
She didn't.
No.
Public standing. Over time, public opinion has turned against Sebastian's mother and stepfather due to their behavior, alliances with questionable individuals, and lack of genuine effort to find Sebastian.
Here we go.
The $250,000 reward and independent investigation of Dog the Bounty Hunter at Night Private Intelligence, as well as others associated with them, working tirelessly, have brought new life to this case. The Proudfoot's behavior highlights inconsistencies such as their association with individuals like Clue, the unscrupulous PI, and Queen Bee, and their decisions to sell a home, allegedly, amidst the investigation. Escalating misinformation campaign. Discuss how hate channels. Oh, this is telling.
She fucked up. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say, got him. Like, come on. Come on. When Clue called that out earlier, I about fell out.
I bet Clue fell out laughing at her.
She just kind of was like, huh? Like,
Huh?
what is
Oops.
this like? Yeah, that's crazy that you said that.
Sebastian's mother and stepfather due to their behavior, alliances with questionable individuals, and lack of genuine effort to find Sebastian. The $250,000 reward and independent investigation of Dog the Bounty Hunter at Night Private Intelligence, as well as others associated with them, working tirelessly, have brought new life to this case. The Proudfoot's behavior highlights inconsistencies such as their association with individuals like
The email I sent you, hopefully it helps you. Crazy Cat Lady. No, that's what Crazy Cat Lady Andrea says. I think Katie said maybe the Tooth Fairy took him by mistake. Smiley's World is a mod. Smiley's a mod. All I did was recite scripture. Okay. What, are they mad at her? Oh my God, Betty, I had no idea that's what you were going to read. I don't know. We didn't know either.
Yeah.
To me, they are guilty.
Clue, the unscrupulous PI, and Queen Bee, and their decisions to sell a home, allegedly, amidst the investigation. Escalating misinformation campaign. Discuss how hate channels. Oh, this is telling me I need to discuss. This is part of the stuff we will be talking about.
She's just stumbling all over that right there. She just knows she screwed up.
I know. The next few minutes, you could hear her like try to explain it away, and it's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Now what do I talk about? It was. I'm sorry. I'm like stuck on this like little tiny part right here.
That is funny.
I'll mute so you don't hear me.
With individuals like Clue, the unscrupulous PI, and Queen Bee, and their decisions to sell a home, allegedly, amidst the investigation. Escalating misinformation campaign. Discuss how hate channels. Oh, this is telling me I need to discuss. This is part of the stuff we will be talking about.
Spit it out, Junior. Oh, was that you? Was that you?
That was me that did it.
I was like, what the heck's going on?
But I did it just at the right time that you started talking.
Spit it out, Junior. Oh, yeah, this is telling me I've got to tell you about the hate channel.
Tirelessly have brought new life to this case. The Proudfoot's behavior highlights inconsistencies such as their association with individuals like Clue, the unscrupulous PI, and Queen Bee, and their decisions to sell a home, allegedly, amidst the investigation. escalating misinformation campaign. Discuss how hate channels. Oh, this is telling me I need to discuss. This is part of the stuff we'll be talking about, related to the Proudfoots spreading lies to deflect attention and avoid accountability, and our role here on social media. Again, this is all going to be later conversations on other lives. Now, while the investigation is ongoing, the Proudfoots' behavior raises significant red flags. They're focused on silencing critics, promoting untrustworthy individuals, and creating chaos instead of focusing on Sebastian's recovery is highly suspicious. However,
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Now let's just say, Google, help me out here. What is the difference between search and recovery? Search and rescue and recovery, which is what she just said, right?
Right.
Okay, let's just make sure. Search and rescue refers to the active process of looking for and attempting to save someone who is lost or in danger, while recovery means retrieving a body or remains when it is highly likely the person is deceased and cannot be rescued alive. Okay? You heard what I just said, right?
Two very distinct different items.
Now, in regardless of what you think, of whether you think that Sebastian is no longer with us or not, as of this moment, the father is actively looking for his son. He is searching for his son. He has
Correct.
never said he is trying to recover his son. He is searching for his son and still believes that he is alive. So that is
Correct.
very irresponsible to say, in my opinion.
however, the theory of trafficking cannot be ignored, as the case has similarities to other abductions linked to organized crime. But again, there are a lot of differences as well. This case is not just about finding Sebastian, it's about uncovering the truth. Those responsible for his disappearance and the chaos surrounding this case will be held accountable. The public deserves answers, and Sebastian deserves justice. With the involvement of dedicated investigators and growing public awareness, we are closer than ever to finding the truth. We will not stop until Sebastian Wainwright Rogers is brought home. Thank you for allowing me to take a few moments for my prepared statement. I don't really do those too often.
Because you didn't. You just didn't. And that's embarrassing. I'm sorry, but that's embarrassing.
We gotta throw our baby girl up there.
It's just embarrassing. Like, don't do that to. I mean, even if you did believe that he is no longer with us, to call it a recovery, it's like, it's just sad. It's just sad. I want him to be found, just like everybody else wants him to be found. I'm not, whether he's going to be found alive or not, with as long as it's been, is probably not very likely, right? It's been almost a year on the 26th of February.
Right. After a year, I mean, this has already gone on for so long. And
I mean, statistically, it's just not.
If he was a runaway, I think he would have been spotted by now, or somebody
I don't
would
know.
have.
I don't know. Alicia Navarro was gone for 4 years.
True.
4 years. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't know what the mental capacity was for him to be able to run out, survive on his own. Probably not likely. But if he were coaxed out of the house, or if he had, extended family members and he left the house, almost willingly to try to pursue something better for himself, then yeah, I think it's possible. I do. I hope. I hope that it is,
Yeah, I hope every day that he's still alive and out there, and he'd come home,
I do too. Well, okay. Well, we've practiced an hour on your very first live, Rubber
Well,
Ramada.
thank
Sheila, thank you
you.
so much. I'm
Thank you,
super
Zio, for
excited for
helping me.
you. Yeah, you're going to have a great channel. You're going to continue to grow, and I know we have somebody sitting out there in the shadows, and that's okay. We're really glad you
That's
came by.
just fine. Thanks
All
for
right.
stopping by. And thank you, Hio, for coming and helping me out for tonight.
You're very welcome. All right, we're gonna hit that outro, and we'll see you again probably tomorrow night if we can, right?
Tomorrow night. I'm up for it.
All right. See you then.
All right. Bye, hun.
Club around the model room welcomes all. Thanks for stopping by, answering the call. Ups and downs are normal for some of us. Many days I bet to get off this life bus. Neon lights flicker, no shadow on the wall. Dreams on the ceiling, we run and then we fall. Sharing